Hey there, Laurel here. Welcome to another Simply Card Making video. Today I'm going to make this card for you. I am so pleased for the next Stamp of Approval collection. It's going to be available in 2 days. There is a 3-day blog hop, and today is day 2. I'm part of day 2 blog hop. So there's lots of different guest designers, and there's a way that you can win this collection. So be sure to hop on over to my blog at laurelbeard.org. I'll link it below. And if you want to get your hands on the Stamp of Approval collection, you just need to sign up to go on the wait list, and you'll be emailed as soon as it's available for purchase. And that link will be below in the YouTube description as well. So I am going to make this card in the video today. It's featuring 2 or 3 sets or products from the newest collection. So to start with, I'm going to prep a piece of card stock here with an anti-static tool. I'm using the lovely lattice background from the collection, and I gotta say, I'm digging this background. It's one of my new favorite background stamps. It's just beautiful. So I'm pressing my stamp onto the ink stamp. I inked that up with some Versamark ink, and then we're going to be doing some multicolored heat embossing. My daughter was standing nearby telling me which colors to pick, so she told me to pick yellow first. So the orders of the colors that I put down are based on what she said to me. So she's kind of off to the side a little bit, kind of bossing me around. I don't know where she gets that bossy attitude from. I'm not sure. Anyway, so I'm going in. The colors of the embossing powders that I'm using are by Zing. Up, did you see her little hand? There it was. Now she told me to go for orange. She was trying to touch my paper. I'm like, no, don't touch it. So anyway, I'm just sprinkling on randomly to create this beautiful multicolored embossed background. There's her little hand. I'm like, get out the way. All right, so then I went with blue. Here's the last color I'm sprinkling on here. Now I found I didn't get a lot of blue all over the page, so I'm just taking a dry brush and kind of brushing away some of the other colors and then sprinkling on blue. I wanted to make sure I got a good amount of blue scattered around the background as well. All right, so once I'm satisfied with how it looks, I'm going to go ahead and heat set that. A rule of thumb, anytime you're doing heat embossing, let your gun warm up for about 15 seconds or so. When you do that, it will be nice and warm, so it will melt your embossing powders quicker, and it'll disperse heat more evenly, so it'll avoid that warping that you sometimes get when you add heat to your project. So I'm going to go ahead and also don't keep your heat tool in the same place for too long, because you'll burn your paper. Ask me how I know. You know what I'm saying? And when you're done, you're left with this beautiful heat embossed, multicolored heat embossed background. Isn't that pretty? And it's shiny too from the heat embossing. So I want to continue on with all the heat embossing elements here. So I'm going to use a piece of vellum. This is the Ellen Hudson vellum. I'm going to prep it with my anti-static tool thingamabob. And this is the wonderful wreath stamp set. That's a new item in the collection here. I'm going to go ahead and ink up the wreath from that stamp set with some Versamark ink. Press it right onto that vellum. I love this vellum. It's nice and thick. It's fantastic. Just love it. Okay, and this is some embossing powder from Brutus Monroe. It's called Penny. It's a beautiful brown color. It's just gorgeous. Now, when you're heat embossing vellum, move quickly. Just keep it moving super fast. And then it won't warp and get all wackadoodle. And heat from the back side and the front side. Okay, then I'm going to take the bird here, and I'm going to ink it up with 2 different color inks. This is some ink from the ton. I'm going to stamp it like 4 times or so, and pick the best, basically. I always stamp extras because I'm never quite satisfied, so I just stamped 4 times, and I decided that bird, the second one from the bottom, was the best, so I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut that out. And then we're going to mount that up onto the card, right onto the vellum piece. See that right there? Isn't it pretty? I'll show you how I got all that glossy and shine and all that beautifulness. This is the Butterfly Notes stamp set from the same collection. I'm going to use the word thanks from the set. I've got other projects that I made that I'll post later on in the week using the butterflies and stuff from this gorgeous set, but for today I'm just going to use the thanks. I went ahead and inked it up with some white pigment ink from the ton and stamped it directly onto that vellum. Going to sprinkle on some white embossing powder and give that a little zap with my heat tool to get that all nice and melted. Remember, when you're working with vellum, keep that gun moving. So I had to give my bird some feet because I couldn't fussy cut out the feet. So I've just grabbed my Copic multi-liner. This is a 0.3, I believe. I'm just going to go in and draw the little birdie's feet. Gotta have the little feet for the little bird to land onto the wreath, you know? All right, so now it's time to go ahead and adhere this to the card base. This is just a pink card base. The card base is from Gina K. Most all of my colored cardstock is from Gina K. And now I wanted to give my bird some shine, so this is that Spectrum Noir over glitter overlay pen, putting on a thick coating of that glitter. I love this pen. I prefer this over the other glitter pen on the market. It just really puts out a great amount of glitter. And then I'm going to go over the top of that with some glossy accents for two reasons. One, it's really going to trap that glitter in underneath and make it really sparkle. And also the little bird is kind of delicate, the wings and the tail, so that glossy accents is going to kind of harden up and make it a little bit more durable, especially when I'm running it through the mail. But it leaves behind this beautiful, gorgeous shine. It's absolutely stunning once it dries here. So these are the cards. The one to the right I made earlier in the week, and then here's today's. And I just love all the shine that it all gives behind, all that embossing from the background to the wreath to the butterfly. It's just fantastic. This is a really great collection. I encourage you to check it out. Remember, you could win this just by going over to my blog and leaving a comment. This is a blog hop, so the whole list of all the bloggers and the hoppers are over on my blog. And yeah, so I hope you'll check it out. The links or everything that you need is below. And I thank you guys so much for joining me today, and I will be back next time for my next video. Have a great day.